It's now in session. Please stand for a moment of silence and please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Where's Carlos? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mrs. Doyle?
Aye. Here.
Mrs. Johnson?
Here.
Mr. McGee?
Here.
Mr. Page?
Here.
Mr. Smeagol?
Here.
Mr. Thomas?
Here.
Mr. Clanton? Dr. Alexander?
Here. The motion is to dispense with the reading of the minutes of our previous meeting.
Mrs. Doyle?
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. McGee?
Aye.
Mr. Page?
Aye.
Mr. Smeagol?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Mr. Clanton? Dr. Alexander?
Aye. Mr. Clerk, please read the resolution certifying the closed meeting.
I have a resolution certifying a closed meeting of the Council of the City of Norfolk in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. Adopt the resolution. Mrs. Doyle?
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. McGee?
Aye.
Mr. Page?
Aye.
Mr. Smeagol?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Mr. Clanton? Dr. Alexander?
Aye. And good evening and welcome to the Norfolk City Council Chamber. Tonight, we'll begin with a ceremonial item, followed by the consent and regular agenda comments from the public. After public comments on the consent and regular agenda items, we'll take up an invitation to bid, then public hearings, followed by the consent agenda, which will be voted on in a block. Following the consent agenda, we'll take up regular agenda items. To address the council, you should have registered to speak with the clerk prior to 3 p.m. When your name is called, please come to the podium. Comments to 3 minutes. Before we begin, Mr. Clerk, will you please read the speaker's rules?
Yes, sir. City Council rules permit each speaker 3 minutes in total to speak on any and all consent and agenda docket items at each monthly meeting. If in advance of tonight's meeting you registered with the clerk to comment on a public hearing matter, you will have 3-minute opportunity to comment on your matter. As you approach the council, you'll notice a timer on the lectern. At the beginning of your 3 minutes, the green light will activate. 2.5 minutes into your remarks, you will notice a yellow light indicating you have 30 seconds to finish your comments. At the end of 3 minutes, you will see a red light and hear a beep. We ask that you conclude your comments at that time. While speakers have an opportunity to address council on docket matters, all comments should be made in a manner that respects the seriousness of the forum and should not be made in a profane, disruptive, sarcastic, or demeaning fashion. All remarks should be directed to the City Council as a body, rather than to any particular member of City Council, staff, or the audience. Comments on an agenda item should be germane to the item. A speaker fails to comply with the basic rules of decorum will be deemed out of order and not allowed to conclude his or her comments.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. At this time, I would like to invite the Norview Cardinals football coaches to come to the podium, and all the players, will you please stand? This is the Cardinals 6U football team. Vincent Sawyer to the podium. As the players, please stand. I'm going to invite the players up in a minute, but I want to read the proclamation first. All right. City of Norfolk proclamation, and I'll come down and greet, and the council will stand and receive you. Coach, I'm going to read this, and then I come down and join you. And this is the City of Norfolk proclamation. Whereas, under the leadership of head coach Vincent Sawyer, the Norview Cardinals 6U Red Rebels football team had a remarkable 2024 season, playing undefeated and winning the 2024 American Youth Football National Division II Championship in Naples, Florida. And whereas, in closing out their perfect 14-0 season, the 6U Red Rebels defeated the Westport Patriots in an impressive 32-0 win, becoming the first team in Hampton Roads to win a national title at the 6U level in any division. And whereas, throughout the 2024 season, the Norfolk Cardinals 6U Red Rebels displayed exceptional athletic ability, team effort, sportsmanship, and an inspiring level of skill, learning valuable lessons of teamwork, friendly competition, and leadership representing the City of Norfolk well. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Kenneth Cooper Alexander, Mayor of the City of Norfolk, do hereby congratulate the Norview Cardinals 6U Red Rebels football team on their historic 2024 victory, given into my hand this 25th day of February, 2025. Coach, before I come down, you want to make any comments before I come down?
Yes, I wanted to say this. I just wanted to make one minor correction.
Yes, sir.
I am actually the athletic director
Okay.
for the Norview Cardinals. I definitely wanted to give credit to the head coach, Mr. Jamel Evans, as well as the rest of the staff. I definitely wanted to give them the opportunity to introduce themselves,
Please do.
and you know, they put in a lot of hard work with these kids, as well as Miss Sierra Ricks in the background. She's the admin of our organization. We put in, you know, a lot of work in the background to make sure that these kids have an opportunity to show their, you know, their abilities. So thank you guys for recognizing us. And I'd like to call the coaching staff up now.
Thank
We
you.
could.
And we're going to come down. If any coach, if you want to say something, please do. But we're going to come down and we're going to ask the players to come up and we'll take some pictures. Are we good? All right. So players, come on up, and coaches, we're going to come and players, you can come and take our seats, and don't take my gavel, but you can take my seat.
Go right there.
I'm security for you.
Right. Norview Cardinals.
How you doing?
Norview Cardinals.
How you doing? Give me some. All right. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right.
We need to push him back on this one a little bit.
Go back. Y'all want to go back that way.
Everybody up to go.
We'll start right here. Let's spread it back.
There you go.
Everybody up to go. You are the fans.
Where's Noel? Noel, are we in?
Right here.
Cameras in the city back there, those are the cameras. Cameras are on TV, see? That's television right there. The mayor's coordinating this stuff right now. Mr. Mayor, you've lost control. Come on,
There you go. There you go.
Well, you know what? There's a little celebration in our place.
Right here, there you go.
There we go.
Everybody see out? Find a little spot.
From what I've been told, they can't see the children.
Coaches, let's go up here. Coaches, get behind. Coaches, get behind.
See your grandson.
Everybody
football for Granby High School. And high school.
Everybody, they too young for you to
All right, I'm recruiting now. Take your pictures now on three. Everybody smile.
Glory High
Look ahead.
School football.
You got all your pictures? On three, we're gonna say Cardinals. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you all so much for this. Extra to your left.
Congratulations. All right, son. All right.
So small.
Go back to your regular. All right.
Let's get a platform.
Those days, Mark, remember those days? Kids with a
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was for me. That's what it's all about right there, kids.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, parents.
Thank you.
Give them a chance to do their thing.
Let's put it out there, Granby High School football. See if you got a recruit. In 5 years, they'll be in high school.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Which meeting? Is this the, yeah.
Man, you said something about the new consent agenda first?
Your consent and agenda speakers.
Okay, but it's not how you got it. You want to go by this one?
Yes. Just the first one, the R.
Richard Allen, we'll get it together.
I need to sit where you are. Thank God we have a little noise.
Carlos is present, by the way.
Also, Mr. Mayor, for the record, I'd like to note that Councilman Clanton is
Vice
present.
President, okay for the record?
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Clanton is present for the record. He's present. All right. We're going to give the Cardinals Red Rebels a moment to clear.
Where did everybody go?
Oh, the excitement.
They added that to it. It used to just be the normal card.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, we have our public comment period on consent and regular agenda items. I have two speakers. Tiara Lassiter would like to speak on R1, followed by Manoy Johnson, also speaking on R1. Ms. Lassiter and Ms. Johnson, you may come in that order. Were they able to get in? Ms. Tiara Lassiter, Ms. Monet Johnson, under our public comment period on consent and regular agenda items.
On to ID.
Okay, Mr. Clerk, we may continue.
Yeah, the
Okay.
next item
IB1?
is IB1, sir.
Yes, sir.
And it's a receipt of bids pursuant to invitation to bid and notice of public hearing scheduled this day pursuant to state law. Public hearing notice having been inserted in the local press by city clerk to accept bids for multiple easements with a term of 40 years and a license with a term of 40 years across City of Norfolk property and the City of Norfolk easements, all located in the city of Suffolk.
Mr. Clerk, how many bids have been received?
We've received one, sir.
Please read that bid and mark it for identification.
On behalf of Columbia Gas Transmission LLC, a Delaware limited liability company, please receive this bid offered in good faith in the amount of $350,000 for a long-term easement agreement with a 40-year term and an associated 5-year temporary construction easement term, a long-term access easement with a 40-year term all across the City of Norfolk property, and a long-term license agreement with a 40-year term to cross certain City of Norfolk easements, all located in the City of Suffolk in accordance with the ordinance entitled to the awarded bidder, a long-term easement agreement for a 40-year term and an associated 5-year temporary construction easement and a long-term access easement for a 40-year term all across the City of Norfolk property located in the City of Suffolk, and long-term license agreement with a 40-year term to cross certain City of Norfolk easements located in the City of Suffolk, all in conjunction with the construction, installation, and maintenance of a natural gas pipeline subject to certain terms and conditions.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Are there any additional bids offered? If there are no additional bids offered, I declare the bidding closed. Is there any member of the public who wishes to be heard on this matter? If there's no member of the public who wishes to be heard, I declare the public hearing closed. Is there a recommendation from city staff regarding the bid received from Columbia Gas Transmission LLC?
Thank you, Mayor. City staff recommends that the bid by Columbia Gas Transmission LLC be reviewed by city staff and a recommendation be made to the council at your March 4th, 2025 meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Is there a motion to continue this matter to the next meeting of the Norfolk City Council on March 4th, 2025, to receive the recommendation of city staff and to consider the bid that has been received?
I so move.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the matter? If not, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Motion is to continue this item to March 4th, 2025. Mr. Clanton?
Aye.
Mrs. Doyle?
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. McGee?
Aye.
Mr. Page?
Aye.
Mr. Smiegel?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Dr. Alexander?
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, we continue with PH.
Public hearing one scheduled this day pursuant to state law to hear comments approving a third amendment to lease between the City of Norfolk as lessor and National Railroad Passenger Corporation as lessee for a portion of the property located at 280 Park Avenue in the City of Norfolk, Virginia, and authorizing the city manager to execute the third amendment to lease on behalf of the City of Norfolk. I have an ordinance approving a third amendment to the lease between the City of Norfolk as lessor and the National Railroad Passenger Corporation as lessee for a portion of property located at 280 Park Avenue in the City of Norfolk, Virginia, and authorizing the city manager to execute the third amendment to lease on behalf of the City of Norfolk. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance twice and adopt with the effective date. Mr. Clanton?
Aye.
Mrs. Doyle?
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. McGee?
Aye.
Mr. Page?
Aye.
Mr. Smiegel?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Dr. Alexander?
Aye, Mr. Clerk. PH 2.
Public hearing two scheduled this day pursuant to state law on the application of the City Planning Commission for a zoning text amendment to the Norfolk zoning ordinance regarding the removal of short-term rental vacation as a permitted use in the West Freemason Historic and Cultural Conservation HCWF1 and HCWF2 zoning districts. And by a vote of 4-1, Planning Commission recommends approval.
Thank you. We have persons on standby to answer any questions, including Mr. Jack Kavanaugh, we have Donna, we have Patty Lethwich here, as well as Penny Powers, who are here to all answer any questions, if there are any questions. If not, no questions? Mr. Clerk?
I have an ordinance to amend Table 3.6.11 of the Norfolk zoning ordinance so as to remove short-term rental unit, vacation rental, from the list of uses that are permissible by conditional use permit only in the HCWF1 and HCWF2 West Freemason Historic and Cultural Conservation zoning districts. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance twice and adopt with the effective date. Mr. Clanton?
Aye.
Mrs. Doyle?
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. McGee?
Aye.
Mr. Page?
Aye.
Mr. Smiegel?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Dr. Alexander?
Aye, Mr. Clerk. PH 3.
Public hearing 3 scheduled this day pursuant to state law on the application of Electric Surges LLC for a conditional zoning from SF6, Single Family 6, to conditional community commercial at 1421 Kempsville Road. And by a vote of 5-0, Planning Commission recommends approval.
Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
I have an ordinance to rezone property at 1421 Kempsville Road from single-family residential SF6 district to conditional CC Community Commercial District. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance twice and adopt with the effective date. Mr. Clanton.
Aye.
Mrs. Doyle.
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson.
Aye.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
Mr. Page.
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel.
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Dr. Alexander.
Aye. Mr. Clerk, have the consent agenda, which will be considered in a block.
Approve the consent agenda and dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinances twice and adopt with the effective dates. Mr. Clanton.
Aye.
Mrs. Doyle.
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson.
Aye.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
Mr. Page.
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel.
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Dr. Alexander.
Aye. Mr. Clerk, R1.
R1 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of up to $17 million in multifamily housing revenue bonds by the Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority for Sykes Apartments LP. Adopt the resolution. Mr. Clanton.
Aye.
Mrs. Doyle.
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson.
Aye.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
Mr. Page.
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel.
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Dr. Alexander.
Aye. Mr. Clerk, R2.
R2 is a resolution providing authorization to the Economic Development Authority of the City of Norfolk for the issuance of up to $14 million in revenue bonds for the expansion of the Berry Art Museum at Old Dominion University. Adopt the resolution. Mr. Clanton.
Aye.
Mrs. Doyle.
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson.
Aye.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
Mr. Page.
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel.
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Dr. Alexander.
Aye. Mr. Clerk, R3.
R3 is an ordinance amending the FY 2025 Annual Appropriations Ordinance Number 49590 so as to accept, appropriate, and authorize the expenditure of grant funds up to the sum of $83,200 from the Virginia Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Services through its fiscal agent, the Danville, Pennsylvania Community Services Board, and if and when received, to support the Norfolk Community Services Board in achieving modernized data reporting and sunsetting the CCS3 system and amending the FY 2025 budget to add the same. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance twice and adopt with the effective date. Mr. Clanton.
Aye.
Mrs. Doyle.
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson.
Aye.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
Mr. Page.
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel.
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Dr. Alexander.
Aye. Mr. Clerk, do you have another?
I have one more, sir.
Mr. Clerk, proceed.
I have a resolution confirming a declaration of a state of local emergency made on February 19, 2025 by the Director of Emergency Management for the City of Norfolk pursuant to Virginia Code Section 44-146.21 due to the hazards and damages of the winter storm. Adopt the resolution. Mr. Clanton.
Aye.
Mrs. Doyle.
Aye.
Mrs. Johnson.
Aye.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
Mr. Page.
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel.
Aye.
Mr. Thomas.
Aye.
Dr. Alexander.
Aye.
That's all I have, sir.
Mr. Fishko, you have anything to come before the council?
I do not, thank
Mr.
you.
Manager, do you have anything to come before the council?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Council's adjourned.